wasn't going to do any more recording, but we have an opportunity here. We actually might have missed the trade. Look at that, 4,126 contracts, and the market couldn't go any higher. Well, you could have got a nice position in the 88s there. Let's go ahead and take the 87 and a quarter. Sell two at 87 and a quarter. If we break over the A period's high, of course we're in the G period now, then we have to be willing to understand the market could go 2 points higher with stop running up to the 92s. You might be able to better your position here. We have 87 and a quarters. Let's take 88 and a quarter. If it takes 88.50, let's take the 88 and a quarters. If it doesn't take 88.50, we'll stick here with the 87.25s. All right, there's the 88.50. Let's take the 87 and a quarter. Let's take the 88 and a quarters. Sell two more at 88 and a quarters. And of course, we'll give back the 87 and a quarters when we get down there. Alright, we got filled on the 87 and a quarter, so we broke even on those two first contracts. We're keeping the 88.25s. We offset one of those 88.25s at 87 for our 1.25 points. Now we have our break even stop at 88 and a quarter. And our target buy is, this is a good question. We weren't able to get below the 81s last time, so let's put our target buy at, let's put it at 82, which is just below the B period low, or excuse me, just below the G period low. You know what? Scratch that. Let's just do, for the second contract, 5 points below our entry, which is 83.25. So that would give us a 6 1/4 point trade if we get filled on the second target. Well, we're approaching our target buy at 83 1/4. We ticked 83.75. You can see they're hitting the bid. So we should get down to 83 1/4. Got a couple more ticks to go, so we're just going to be patient here. This might be a short video. Alright, we're looking, we have 83.50 tick, 83.25. Let's go to 83. 164 traded on the ask. We need a little more to get filled. Excuse me, we need a little more to get filled. Let's get an 83 tick and we will be filled there. And that strategy now is a little bit different than what we typically do. We like to look at the mean for a rotation back down toward the mean. Alright, there's the fill at 83. So we got filled at 83 1/4. We typically like to put our mean as a target, as an asymmetrical target from the highs to the lows. But this time, since we didn't get filled last time doing that, we just set a hard target at 5 points below our initial entry, which means compared to the last few days, instead of taking 7 or 8 points on that second contract, we took 1 1/4 points on the first contract from 88 1/4 down to 87, which we always do. We always like to try to get that first 1 1/4 before we put a hard stop in. And then we put the target for our buy on the second contract from 88.25 down 5 points, and of course we did get filled at 83 1/4, so that gave us an additional 5 points. That made that trade 6.25 points total, minus 4 commissions. So that trade overall was interesting. We were a little early on the 87 1/4. The market didn't take out the high of the A period, but it did take out the high of the F period by just a half a tick, half a point, 2 ticks. So, so far so good. That makes 3 winning trades. The first one was about 9 points, the second was 2 3/4, and this one was 6 1/4. So we're going to take a break here, do some work on our observations from yesterday's trading, and maybe we'll catch some activity in the afternoon session.